The European Union, under its Donor Support Program, SFA 2006, has provided $5 million to fund 14 projects in the Windward Islands, which are being implemented by the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO. One of these projects is a farmer field school being carried out in St. Lucia. The Farmer Field School is a form of adult education originally created by FAO in the late 1980s. It has been used very successfully to help farmers improve crop production through the use of integrated pest management. It evolved into a tool that has also been successfully applied to livestock production and even aquaculture. Diane Ramroop, FFS facilitator, explains how the approach works.
Basically, the Farmer Field School is a whole participatory approach, a methodology that takes the farmers through an entire cropping cycle from seed to seed. There are 4 principles to the Farmer Field School: to grow a healthy crop, to conduct regular field observations, to conserve your natural enemies, and for farmers to be empowered to become experts in their own field. On a typical Farmer Field School day, you would go through the recap of the last week's activities, and you would move into what is called the ISA, which is the Agroecological System Analysis. Here you would go in and observe your plants, you would take your data, you would process and present basically what you would have found in your field, be it insect pests, be able to recognize your natural enemies, your diseases, your weeds, the entire ecosystem. Based on what you would have taken from your ISA, you would then make your recommendations for your particular plot. After that, the farmers would normally go through what we would call a special topic. So for example, you may have the need to do insect zoos, or to study diseases, or to do fertilizer application. So this special topic is normally done by discovery-based learning. It's very practical, hands-on activities, tailoring them to be able to recognize things that are in their field, or to relate to things that they have already been doing in their field.
The St. Lucia project aimed to help farmers reduce their own reliance on pesticides through the introduction of Integrated Pest Management, or IPM. Farmers observe the environment that supports their crops and learn how to care for and use beneficial insects to control harmful ones. And by learning about the safe and proper use of chemicals in the field, farmers preserve their health, the environment, and contribute to a safer food supply. Additionally, trading partners now demand less pesticide residue in the food they import. The Farmer Field School project was implemented in 2 phases. In phase 1, 12 farmers participated in the pilot field school, and 18 extension officers from the Ministry of Agriculture earned their certification as Farmer Field School facilitators.
Based on some of the information that I gathered from the program, things that I had, or I wouldn't say forgotten, but put in a back burner from college, I think it really stuck with me with this program. I think it will help me very well in terms of my confidence with the farmers.
I believe the whole participatory approach to this program, as far as it is not one person deciding, it's a collective mind.
You'll be able to allow the farmer to make better decisions and perhaps be a little more independent of the technicians. And this is a just 3 years because I'm not shy to that.
Phase 2 began in early 2010 when the newly trained facilitators were deployed to spread FFS techniques to dozens of farmers across the island. Response to the training has been overwhelmingly positive.
I'm very pleased of the schooling that we received. I thought it should have been long before, because farming would not have been this stage. If we had that school before, the young children now would have liked farming. So I am happy now for the young children who will know about farming is a good job.
Well, a lot of times I would plant my vegetables, and I would lose the entire crop. And I think it will help me sustain my crop and to get some income from my crop. And I will spread it out, especially to the farmers around me. I would teach them what I learned so they themselves can become better farmers.
That is the most better thing I ever see in my life. And it look good, everything go well. I have in mind already for me to bring some farmers on board and to teach them what I learn and what I experience.
Well, actually it helps me a lot, because due to the fact that it is mostly concentrating on using more organic material than using pesticides more,
We have enjoyed at school so much, and I look forward to it every Wednesday. I only hope that we could carry on doing something even further with other farmers to teaching them what we learn. Because what we learn is very important, that we could pass it on. I think we have to do that first to be able to get better farmers, better planting, better everything.
I would encourage farmers to participate, and wherever they are, I would like to be there too. At least you can teach them what you have learned. You know, you can always be taking part in the program. A farmer never stops learning.
In July 2010, the project reached a formal close and farmers celebrated with the graduation ceremony, witnessed by family, friends, and facilitators. The Minister of Agriculture praised their efforts and challenged them to pass on all they had learned.
I want to, first of all, compliment all those who took part in this initiative, all those who assisted in organizing this program. First of all, the European Union for the funding through SFA 2006, FAO, and of course our extension staff. Our officers were trained, and they had the responsibility to go out there and train our farmers. And today, some 93 farmers will be graduating. Well, it might not be possible for us to train each and every farmer in St. Lucia under this approach. So you have a responsibility to train your neighbors. And the success of this program will be dependent on how you as a farmer improve on your enterprise.
The graduates assured him that they were already